see what happens. Hey, what's up, bro? George, Barb, what's cracking? Just gonna do a little live stream tonight. I got this little tiny little Bible that I've had for a long time. I don't know how long. Probably 25 or 30 years. I have no idea. What's up, Crispy Joe? Hominy, Grandma Ginger Farms, Sport Fix Tex Alma. What's up, guys? What are y'all doing? I figure we'll hang out because it's cold and why not? Right? We'll sharpen some iron over here. What's up, Glock 316? This Bible's so tiny. Like, trying to get the pages to separate. There we go. There we go. And the dragon was wroth with the woman. Went off to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commands of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. Still true. Well, what's up, JS? Yeah, it's cold for sure. Cold, cold, cold. I'm actually wearing a thermal and a jacket and a beanie in my house because it's cold in here. Yeah, my nose is cold. Yeah. The other end where we've got a little fireplace, the family's hanging out and doing like a little game thing. But I'm feeling a little spicy and I don't want to rub that off on them. So I was like, let's do a live stream. And we'll see what's up. Thanks, Dano. Yeah, and so I was like, well, let's just get on here and see what's cracking. That's it. Yeah. I was thinking about this. Dang it, I need to get those out really quick. I was thinking about the choice, the power of choice that we have right now to unplug from a failing system. And there's going to come a time where we have to make a choice. Right? There's going to come a time where we got to make a choice. But there's also, before our hands forced to make a choice, there's going to come a time for us to make a choice. And because there's going to be plenty of time in the times that we're coming into where it don't matter what was, it only matters what is and what is to come. And what was a great idea, America and our freedoms and our liberties, and that's coming to an end, man. And the powers that be in the world are going to run this thing into the ground because it's run by us and it's run by the flesh, because people are fallible, and you know, you leave it up to us, we're going to make a lot of mistakes. But I'm not worried about it really, to be honest with you. I'm pretty at peace with it. I've known it's coming, and I don't think that I don't want you guys to like feel like under distress or panicking. I'm not. I'm actually at a very point of acceptance, and I'm trying to mentally prepare for perseverance and long suffering, and what that means as the body of Messiah. And I think that there's a lot of people who are very comfortable, very comfortable in the amenities that we're used to, including me. I mean, I'm comfortable. I like being in a house, but I think that it's really important that we all understand that this is not wherever you're at, your house, you know, your dream. This is not your forever spot, and we're not gonna just be hanging in this spot till the end of time. And so, like, the faster that we can accept that there's going to be a pivot, there's nothing. This is something that I learned, like being an outlaw. There's nothing in my life that I won't walk away from, um, if the heat's coming, right? And that's like a really basic outlaw thing. But as believers, we're gonna be outlaws to a degree, not to him, but to the rest of the world. And I think that it's really important that our heart set isn't in, well, I'm just going to hold it down at my fort until the very last minute, because that's the wrong mindset. And hopefully, when the Father calls us out of wherever we're at and we know it's time to go, we answer the call. We listen to him. We're like, okay, this isn't going to work, and we're up. So what are we doing now? And he's gonna guide our path. And I'm faithful that he is, but I don't know. You know, it's like I can't call it if somebody I want to go or want to answer that uh, is going to answer it, if they're going to listen, if they're going to hear the same spirit that I'm hearing, you know, or if they're going to be full of fear and freeze and rebel. And I'm not doing that. I'm staying where I'm at. I don't care. Ugh, I don't want that, right? Um, but that's not up to me. That's neither here nor there. My job is to be obedient, prepare my family, be good headship and stewardship, which means preparations. What does that look like? There's a million scenarios that we can run through. We can look at the writing on the wall with economy, um, with war, with failing petrodollar, um, yeah, lack of trust in the government. I mean, there's just like a whole bunch of stuff that's across the board that we can all get into. We all know it's on there, right? Whether we think about it or not. So preparing my family, it's like I tell them, hey, like someday we're gonna have to go, and they all know. Um, yeah, and I think that to them, they know there's bad people out there, and they know that bad guys come in all different shapes and colors. Some of them wear badges, and some of them don't. Um, and I think that it's important that remember, like, we can't do any of this without him, but we have to do it all with the right heart condition, right? So we have to be able to love people and long suffer with people at the same time that we're making moves following the Father. And probably, I would say, which would be, as it happens, the most uncomfortable that one person could be. This isn't like this isn't like going to prison or getting caught off guard at the store when there's like a fight in the parking lot and somebody gets stabbed in front of you. It's not like that kind of uncomfortable. It's like uncomfortable no matter where you go. It's not safe and sound. It's not peaceful. There's not a lot of shalom. And so having your mindset on that, and then also the struggle of modern day amenities. If you're willing to get in the breadline, you can have that, right? But outside of going along with the system that's broken and with the people that are broken, um, you just start doing what you're supposed to do, which is like following the word made flesh, walking it out, and then loving people, and not falling into a system that is contrary to the Father's design and love for us. And I think that it's been on a lot of people's hearts about the coming age that we're coming into, the season. The season for just here in the States is going to be bad. Now, whether that's global or not, whether that's like end times, probably not yet, but it's going to get rough here first. One of the reasons it has to get rough here and it has to collapse is because there's no, constitutional free United States in Revelations. Not in the beast system, there's not. And so whatever we think America is or was is no longer. So when I say what is, what was, what is, and what's to come, right? And so that's kind of my mindset lately is like, all right, so I'm gonna live like I'm gonna get super old and live in this house until I pass away, and it goes to my family and my kids, and they raise their family here, or however it works, right? I'm gonna live like that, but I'm gonna prepare like tomorrow it's gonna happen. And it's a balancing act between having shalom on the daily, because there's a lot of risk I take. Like when I work out of town, when I go on deployment, there's a risk, right? There's risk that I'm going to be far away and SHTF's going to happen, and I've got to get back to these guys. So there's risk daily, and you have to count the cost on all that. And I'm not going to stop living my life like I'm supposed to, right? I'm not going to live in fear. I'm not going to allow any of that stuff to overrun me. But I'm also very mindful of my surroundings, mindful of events that are going on. I'm mindful of, if I'm going here, what would it take to get back on foot? Or what kind of shenanigans am I going to get into if this, and this happens? So I run scenarios nonstop. And that's one of the things that some people don't have the imagination for, is they can't think outside of the box of their own experience. And I might be guilty of that in some scenarios, but I've got a lot of been through some crappy circumstances that I've probably should have died in a bunch, but I didn't die. And, so here we are. But I'm grateful that the Father's put the heart and the understanding, and for me to be able to have wisdom and discernment through this time to live righteous with raising my family and teaching them and loving them, and them not feeling the burden of my stress or my worries about them or anything else, that they just get to see me making it happen and being a dad and pushing through and being a good steward, right? They get all of the fruit, right, from me. They get the fruit. They get it all the way. They don't get my leftovers anymore, and they used to. They get all my fruit. They get all the first pickings. So everything that's good, they get the first picks, and I love that. I love that about how the Father's made me today compared to what I used to be. It was not always that way, but today it's that way. And praise the Most High for his redemption and mercy and grace, and for sanctification. Without the word and without the word made flesh, I would be a lost cause. There would be little hope for me. But the word, that's the lamp to my feet. That's the lamp to my feet that I've got the instructions. I've got the boundaries, the set of rules that I need to operate in. And when nobody's looking, am I still following the rules? When nobody's looking, am I acting this out? Am I walking this, right? And I think that's the heart condition, is to serve him because I love him and to try to make my behavior honorable. And I'm not perfect at that, but I'm far from what I used to be. And I'm grateful that he's brought me to this point because I didn't do it, right? And I think that when I think about all this stuff, and I think about all the miracles and the wonders that I've had in my life and in my family's life, I can't wait to see what he does next. You know what I mean? Even when it gets really bad, I can't wait to see what he does next, because I know that he's sovereign, and I know that he does miracles, and I know that he loves us. And it's just mind blowing on how epic it will be and how the Spirit's going to move us and guide us. And even though we'll have struggles that we have to overcome, there's going to be daily bread. There's going to be He's going to make a way where there isn't one, like he's always done. There's nothing new under the sun, right? He's just this way. And so I'm excited about seeing what he does with us. I'm not excited about it being hard, because it will be. It'll be hard for everybody. That's not, you know, it's not going to be like we just get to coast through this. That's not it. It's going to be a tremendous amount of dying to yourself and staying faithful and not turning back. Yeah. You ever heard that saying? Hey, don't turn back. Don't look behind you, because you're not going that way anyhow. That's truth, man. Don't look back. And I always think about Lot's wife. Like, don't look back. Don't look back. Don't look back at what you had or what was. Don't look back. You're not going that way. And so that's one of the things that that keeps me pushing too, is little stuff like that, where I see how strong he is and what he commands us to do, and when you listen and when you don't listen. Yeah, no wishy-washy. That's right. Hold on, I'm going to catch up with the chat for just a second. Na. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. Yeah, definitely not going to be hiding under a rock. Yeah, and I think that it's really interesting when you get people that don't really if you've never experienced like traumatic stuff in your life, the shit that's going to happen is going to be traumatic. Losing what sense of normality in society and in government and in everyday life will break a lot of people. People are pretty tough and they'll adapt, but it's also people break too. And where I can get this from is, if you've ever went to jail for a short amount of time and you watched people break, right? You ever watch the movie The Green Mile? And it shows people that come in, and like when they're new there, like their first night or their second night, when they realize that's it, they're not going nowhere, and they finally cry and they break down. People do that for real, and it's rough. It's rough to hear a man weeping and crying in a cell next to you that you can't get to and comfort. So it's tough to hear somebody break that hard, and then people laughing at them, you know, because there's always that too. You know, like, shut up, P word, like all this different. Yeah, people are evil, and if you see the desperate in their voice and in their spirit, you can hear that in people. You know that People adapt and they just get in where they fit in. People go all the way one direction or another too, not just the middle of the road. There's some of the middle of the roads, and there's people that also swing way evil or sexual or all these different things. Might have been Shawshank. And then people go all the way the other way too. And I can't really relate to the extreme on either end. I mean, I can to a certain extent, because I got to a point in my younger years where I'd had enough getting bullied, where I was like, not anymore. And the next person that put their hands on me, I broke them. And then the next person that put their hands on me, I broke. And then I just started breaking people because I thought they were going to put their hands on me. And so I went a little left for there for a minute, bar fighting and all this nonsense, young man ego stuff that's irrelevant. But all I'm trying to say is people change when they're under stress or they're going through a traumatic experience, and it alters, it breaks paradigms, what they thought versus what is. And if you've never experienced something like that, it ain't like the movies. It's not like the movies. There's a few movies that can kind of give it a little bit of framework so you got an idea, but it's not like the movies. It's real, and it's soul piercing when you see it on either end. It's rough, and so there's a lot. Hi, babe. Yeah. And there's a lot that goes on with that, and so my hope and my prayer is that we stand strong in faith and that we don't waver from truth and from righteousness and faithfulness and grace and mercy during those times, because sometimes good people panic and do bad stuff, and I don't want that. I don't want that for my brothers and sisters, and I don't want that coming our direction either. But it probably will. There's always challenges and trials that you have to face, and you have to figure out how to handle properly, because it's easy to fall short. Like we all fall short, right? We all mess up, or we do something, or I didn't wear my tassels today, or I didn't even pray before I ate, or whatever it is, right? Whatever your convictions are, whatever the little nuggets in your life that you fall short on, you know what they are, right? You looked at somebody the wrong way, or you felt a certain evil way about somebody in your heart, whatever it is, whatever's out there, right? You felt like you were supposed to give somebody some money, and they looked at them like, fuck that homeless person, whatever your idea of that little thing that you fell short on. And some things are big things to people, and some things are little things to people, but whatever, you get what I'm saying. But I think for sure we should probably prepare our hearts for endurance and long suffering, and to move, not to be static. I think we're going to be moving a lot when things get tough. I don't think we're going to be staying in one spot. I think we're going to be Sokoting until we make it back on the greater exodus to the land. And even then, I think we're going to Sukkot until Messiah comes back. But as far as what I think about America crashing, yeah, it's what we know of it is already, it started crashing years ago. It's just we're at the tipping point now where there's not much that can happen besides what has already been on the table. And whether that gets covered up in a pandemic, or it gets covered up in war, or it gets covered up with the grid going down, or all those things simultaneously, and then we have all the sleeper cells that go active all at the same time from every direction all over. Whether it happens like that or not, it's irrelevant. What is relevant is, what are we going to do as the body? What are we going to do through those times? Do we have oil for our lamps? Are we waiting for the bridegroom? Are we prepared, right? While we're waiting for him to prepare a place for us, are we ready? Is our lamps going to go out? You know, is our anointing, our faithfulness, is our covering, is it going to go out? Did we prepare enough, right? Did we bring enough? And so be wise. Be wise in the decisions you make. There's certain stuff that people hold on to, including me, that we have to be willing to let go of. Ideas about stuff. Tangible keepsakes, you know, sentimental stuff. There can't be nothing that you're going to hold on to because it's going to slow you down. And you have to trust in that he's prepared a place for us, that he will give us our daily bread. So you can hold on to stuff, you can bring stuff with you, you can pack it out, you can get your bag ready, do all the things, but if you got to dump that stuff, if your car ain't gonna make it, if that trailer load full of stuff ain't gonna make it, if you can't get to your bug out spot and he's like, hey, you need to go here, you're like, let go of it. Don't be so hardened in your heart on one thing that you're thinking of that you don't allow the Father to mold you somewhere else. So when he's using the Spirit to turn you, be conscious and receptive of that, and not fearful. And the Spirit, when it speaks to you, you're going to know. You're not going to doubt. You're going to be like, I'm supposed to go here. And that's it. That's it. You're just going to know. And sometimes I can hear the word as audibly, not like a voice, but I don't know how to describe it. I can just hear the words. He's like, go now. I've heard that before. He said, read my word. He said, no, a lot. And I think that the encouraging part about the next season is without him showing up and showing out, none of us are going to make it. And that's the miracles that I look forward to, because I know that part, that witnessing part, I haven't seen a lot of them in a long time. And I look forward to it.
So the kids, we put movie time on. Do you want to move in the big room?
Do you want to go in the big room with me?
Fire in there?
Ooh, you want to go to the fire room? Cool, you can shut that thing off of 75. We'll go in the...
Fire?
Yeah, my beautiful wife wants to jump on here with us.
Fire?
All right, let's
Off
do
of
it.
75 or just off?
No, just bring it back up. Back up, that's too low. Put it down like 70, bro.
No.
Listen, it doesn't go... Yeah, it ain't even going to get it back to here that high. Won't even get it that high. Won't get it to 65 neither. It will not.
Turn it all the way up.
All right, guys. I guess we're smashing through the house. You guys ready for this ride?
You need a charger? Or you good?
I'm good. Good for now. Good for now. We're going through the hallway. You see this? See the duct tape over the vent up there? That's because we're custom over here. We do custom stuff. Custom. And see, now we're in here with the wood stove.
Fire!
All right. Where are we sitting at?
Wherever you want,
Let's sit at the couch. Let's kick back on the couch. You gonna come back up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful. It.
All right, let me turn this little light on. Ooh, that's the wrong color.
Ah, fun though.
It's like a Bear Independent thing.
Very fun. Blue.
There we go. Oh, that's not gonna work. I can't have both my feet under there. Okay, you're gonna have to pull up. What's up?
Yo.
Oh, okay. What do I smell?
Hero. Whoa. Everybody's names are so long right now.
Yeah, pull your phone up so you can see all the
my
things.
battery's low. Battery low.
You're glowing.
Hello. Hello.
Trying to doings on here. Dano's on here.
Yo.
What's this one?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Oh. Then never mind.
Wrenches. Am I tripping? Is it wrenches? Oh, yeah, it is. Is that actually you, wrenches?
Fix House. Fix House 77 Business 91. That's a heck of a name.
All right. We're chilling. Hi. We have a fireplace thing. We have fire.
Dogfish is on here, I guess.
All right. I don't know why my name is showing different. I don't know. It says squirrel nuts. Wrenches is squirrel nuts.
Oh, is he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think.
That's weird that it says that on my channel, though, huh? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're a carpenter? Nice. I am also a carpenter.
Carpenter.
Joe Garcia, what's up?
All I can smell is ginger. I want you to know that.
You smell ginger on me?
I don't know.
What about my beard?
Yep.
You smell dinner on my beard?
So you are a Christian, really? Fixed House says 77 says.
I saw that earlier. Yeah, I am a believer, but I'm a whole Bible believer. So the difference in what I believe versus what Christians believe is I believe that you're supposed to keep the commandments, all of them, to the best of your ability. And because breaking the commandments is the biblical definition of sin, which is quite a bit different than Christianity.
Do you ride motorcycles?
All right then, JS. I do ride motorcycles.
Not much anymore.
Yeah, but when I get a chance. Yeet. I ride the quad like I stole it.
Quad is different than, well, I guess motorcycle doesn't have two wheels. Gingerbeard. Yeah, I'm just going to start calling you Gingerbeard.
Gingerbeard, huh? Nice.
How often did your Harley break down?
Once. Yeah, one time. That's it. Only common motorcycle stuff ever happened to my stuff. I spun a cam one time because I was hammering on it, and it was on stock cam. But outside of that, never really had issues with them. I've had an issue with batteries dying, but on like every single motorcycle I ever had, and it wasn't just a Harley either.
The commandments, I think it means commandments are the same in 3 religions.
If you're
Yeah, I
just
think
thinking about the 10 commandments, I'm talking about there's 613 of them at least. Probably more than that, but that's just the basics. It's like the 10 commandments are an overview of the 6 something. The 2 great commandments are an overview of all of it.
Do you like dogs?
I like dogs, of course. Duh.
Ben Nevermind says landed every bike and flipped the quad. I'm cool. I am dangerous enough without the gears.
Yeah, no, just the 10 commandments is not really what I'm talking about. Because I'm talking about the law, which is called the Torah in Hebrew, but also the definition of Torah, which is what they're translating for law, also means instructions. So
I guess more simply
follow
put,
God's instructions.
what you mean is you believe that we should follow God's instructions that he laid out for his people.
Yeah, in the
And
beginning of
that
the
you
book.
believe that you are his people.
Yes,
So
in the-
you should follow what he gave his people.
In the
as
beginning of the
instructions.
book, he shows us what that is and why you shouldn't stray from it. Also, Psalms 119 kind of.
So is that Jewish? No, because we believe that Yeshua, Jesus, is the Messiah.
No.
And we
that's-
also don't follow the Talmud, which is full of rabbinical, man-made laws and traditions.
So Jesus didn't really like the Sadducees and the Pharisees because they held the traditions of man, what they were doing, which is called Judaism. They held that higher than they held God's actual instructions.
An extra box of tampons for the apocalypse. So far, we don't need that.
Hopefully not for bullet
From
holes
Dano.
because they got
We have
anti-coagulation things in
we
them.
have
They don't work
plenty of
great.
gauze, though.
Yeah, we do need some wound care buckets, right? I think I know a guy.
I would like to have a birthing bucket. Listen, I told my friend Olympia about the birthing bucket, and I'm like, if you end up going into labor out here, don't worry, we got birthing buckets. And she's like, I wouldn't mind pooping out a baby in a bucket. I'm like, That's not
what
what
it's
you,
for.
That's
Jeez.
that's not how you use it.
Yeah, bro. You ruined the whole bucket.
But she was like, I wouldn't mind pooping out a baby in a bucket. And I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, and so Nathan, you're right. The instructions are not just for the Jews; they were for Israel, and Israel isn't a nation. It wasn't a nation state in the Bible. It was a people's name, and that
The
was
Jews are the remnant of Israel,
they're the remnant of Judah, the tribe of Judah.
which is the remnant of Israel.
Yeah, it's part of a remnant of Israel. It's not the remnant because it says that the 10 northern kingdom, the 10 tribes were scattered amongst the nations, and in later times they were gonna return to his ways. Remember him and turn his ways, and he was gonna be their God, and they would be their people. And I think it's interesting.
We do live semi far out, but the birthing bucket was mainly just because she would have been away from her like hospital because she's a couple hours away. So it would have been like she wasn't near her hospital. So I'm like, don't worry, we got a bucket.
Yep. We've got buckets. I mean, got a bucket right there. Got a bucket somewhere else.
Had 6 natural live births, precious loves. I wish that I could have more babies because I only recently learned about like home births. And I'm like, that would have been amazing to do some home births, but I didn't know it was an option. So now my daughter's planning on one day having a home birth. What's this apocalypse talk?
Oh, we're just talking about the fall of an empire, probably the United States. And Israel, yes, started off as a person, but ended up being a nation. And when they were
Group of people.
slaves in Egypt, they were referred to as Israel in the Bible. And so it's Israel, when the Bible's talking about Israel, and most of the Bible, in the beginning, it's talking about a person, Jacob, who was then renamed Israel and then had 12 sons. But the people get a name, and they're called Israel. And that's God's people, and it hasn't changed. They're still his people. And if you believe in Messiah, then you're grafted into the commonwealth of Israel, which means that you're part of the covenants and all of that. That's in 2nd Ephesians?
First Ephesians.
No, 2nd Ephesians.
Ephesians.
Ephesians 2,
Bruh,
11?
I can't memorize that.
Ephesians 2, 11. Start reading there.
Second Ephesians though, for sure.
No, it's not. It's Ephesians 2, starting in verse 11. Yeah, it is a lot of sons, but they were doing a lot of that back in the day. Now I got like 3 sons, and it feels like a lot.
But they also had like
Yes,
this chick and this
definitely
chick
a
and her
prepper.
servant and her servant and
Definitely a prepper, but only for zombies. No, just kidding. There's not going to be any zombies. Where'd you go, bro? Hey, give me some dippies. What's up, Kristen? Yeah, prepping is a biblical thing. I mean, yeah, look at Joseph for sure. What else? What else? What kind of fleece is this? This one is a condor. A condor one. I really like it. See that there? That's from the Ruckus. Got the cool guy patch because I carried a lot of weight. It was only a 5K though, so it wasn't like super crazy long. This one here is State of Jefferson, Northern California division.
ow. So we had a friend over that does like holistic or natural, I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
Anyway, she came over the other day just out of 6. She's like cutting all this stuff up, trying to make him a little tea.
Yeah.
And we're like teabag in hot water, and she's just over here cutting stuff up, making little teas out of it.
Did you get dippies?
So then today, now 3 of us got it. We got the cold. So I was like, I should make a big batch. It's empty. make a big batch of tea, and she had some of the cuttings that were left here. And I was like, I'm pretty sure we have some dried whatever's around. So I like looked, and we had like Black Eyed Susan, which is like another like variety kind of echinacea, similar
Okay.
to echinacea. And had some chamomile that I had grown in the garden.
It's gonna be fire.
Sassafras. We had sassafras.
Ooh,
And
sassy
we
fries.
had what else? Something
Beard.
else. Beard hair.
You see that? Take a
So
look
anyways,
there.
I put all this in a big pot of boiling water, and it felt very hippie-like.
I'm starting to get a little coffee tickly thing in my throat.
My throat is very sore,
Is that?
and I've had a headache right here.
Did you get me sick?
I didn't do it. Your son's the one been sneezing all over the place.
Do you want to get me sick?
But
Let's see. Kristen Stevenson. Is that what it says?
isn't the resurrecting gonna kind of be like zombies?
Who said that?
Nathan Henderson.
Yes, but I don't think they'll look like zombies. I think they'll just be like in their renewed bodies, maybe, or in their old bodies that's not all decayed. Who knows? Which state am I in now? Oklahoma. Elderberry's good too, yes. Kristen said that she found us through Bear Independent.
Nice.
Nice. That's my homie. Just got done spending a couple hours, my bro. What's up? Medic Mouse, my broski. Ben, never mind. Chicken Farmer Plus is on here too. What's up, bro? My brother. Why do I think America is going to fail? So, Rise and Fall of an Empire is a really interesting book you can read. It talks about the patterns of all these great nations and the time it took for them to build up and then the time it took for them to fail. But some of the interesting things, too, is if you look at the patterns of most world economies that failed, we've already done most of the phases in it, and it's not really going to take much for us to kind of go off the deep end. Also, I read the Bible, and so the Bible's kind of like it's going to get worse, not better. And also, it talks about like the one world beast system and one world government and religion, all this crazy nonsense, right? And
Don't throw it away.
that can't really happen with if you got an America superpower. So those things are just kind of like one of those things. What? Are we happy with the directions of the where the U.S. is going? Heck no. Well, yeah, live life like your grandkids are gonna die and retire in the same house that you built or whatever. Like live like we're gonna be here for a couple hundred years, but prepare like it might end tomorrow.
It's like I like to live on grid, but I also like to be prepared in case
The
it
grid
doesn't
fails.
work. Then we can also live off grid.
Also, preparedness is like it's basic country people stuff, right? If you live in a country, or if you live somewhere where they have like earthquakes, or you live somewhere where the power goes out because of snowstorms a lot every year, or you live where there's tornadoes and it tears up whole areas, right? And the power's off for a week. You do basic preparedness, right? So basic preparedness is all right. We've got jugs of water in case the water stops running. We've got toilet paper in case there's another, 19 deal. We've got food in case our cars won't start and it's cold outside or we get snowed in, right? We've got stuff stacked up. And then there's like next levels to all those things, right? What if my neighbor shows up? Did I stack enough just in case he doesn't have anything? Is that loving your neighbor? Of course it is, right? What if we have a medical emergency and we can't get to the hospital? Or, like where we live, it's 30 minutes for EMS to get here.
And if it ices, if this road ices, we're not going anywhere.
They're not going to get here. So, what does that mean? Well, that means you need to sustain any traumatic bleeding or injuries and get people stable long enough to get them to a higher level of care. So then that comes with training, comes with medical preps, it comes with certifications, which I've got a bunch through the years. I've had all kinds of training, done training. I've trained training.
Train.
Yeah. So, and it's important to just have your basics, right? And so the reason that cars come with a spare tire is because they're prepared, because stuff happens. Just saying. So winter kits in the cars, blankets, flashlights, all kinds of stuff, get home bags, it's all out of the abundance of, because I love the people that I'm around, I want to be able to show up for them. And because I love them, I don't want them to suffer any unnecessary suffering. So if I lack to prepare something, it's because I fell short, and that's just not where it's at.
And it's not necessarily about like being afraid as much as like when the Rona happened, everything shut down, right?
Yeah, I mean, you just
how do you wash laundry if the laundromat's shut down and you don't have a way to do laundry? So we got a manual washer thing, right? You like put the water in it and it agitates it. You rinse, we got a system for that. And then my parents were in California when one of the big fires came, so they shut the power grid down on windy days so that it wouldn't start a fire. So they had to live like off of the solar they had, but even I think their solar was tied into the grid. So they ended up having to run generators, which they weren't really prepared for. And then we were
What's up, Journey and John?
All the water in the whole city, like the water line froze and
the water mains were breaking all over, and so the water was out.
The city ran out of water.
Yeah, it was.
And by the time we knew about it, we went to the store. They were all sold out of water, so we were out there like melting snow in pots.
Yeah.
And so like preparedness isn't about fear as much as it is about like at any point this road could freeze and we could not be able to leave the house. We need to make sure that we're good on like basics.
Which is why months ago I went and got a whole bunch of oak rounds so that we could have firewood just in case. Even if we had to be outside the house and have a fire going, I've got setups for that.
Yeah.
And I've got coverings outside the house too. So, it's...
I have a covering.
Word. So me too. See? This is my Beanica. Looking slick. Oh, I look slick? Nice. Thanks, bro. That's because I got my
Your head looks very round in that beanie.
I've got some high-speed stuff on right now that I normally don't wear unless I'm doing things, but I was cold in my bedroom. I'm not cold now. I'm actually pretty warm. Hey, does that thing need to be stoked and added to?
I was just messing with it, but I will check it again in a second.
What else?
And I also have to get this tea served.
Sheepdog Tanker, what's up, yo? Good covering, yeah.
Oh no, that's a cord.
Don't do it.
Burr.
Don't do it.
Burr.
I haven't really had a chance to like read all the thingies on here. Matthew 24, nations will rise against nations, kingdom against kingdom. Then there will be famines, earthquakes in various places. Yep. I think it says famines and pestilence too. This is oak.
You sure?
Give it to me. Can you not? Is there bark on it?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
Looks
Let's
like
see.
pine.
I
was trying to tell the difference between pine and oak all day.
Can you guys tell the difference?
This part looks like pine.
It's wood grain.
No, this is shiny. It's shiny and smooth.
Can you guys tell the difference on camera if this is pine or oak? I know the difference. I'm just asking if you can tell the difference. Here's a little bark indicator.
I can't tell the freaking difference. All I'm asking is, can I burn
Frickin'
this?
Rancha says it looks like
Can I burn it?
wood, right?
Can I burn it.
Looks like wood, all right. Yes, you can burn it, yo.
I'll burn that.
Everybody says it's oak, and then Ben Nevermind says pine sap. Eh, it is oak. It's also very heavy, and it's a small piece,
Pine.
which is your big indicator, because pine is not unless it's wet. Even when it's wet, it's not near as heavy as oak. Yep. Look at that. We got, like, when I ask the questions and share with you guys, you were so interactive. I love this. No, being a prepper is not stressful. It's actually very peaceful. Very peaceful. Yeah, because when you got stuff put away, you feel like, okay, there's a little bit of security here. And preparedness is basically what it is it's trying to perpetuate some sense of normalcy during a disaster or during hard times, whatever that looks like. If it's a tornado, earthquake, a flood, whatever it is, stuff happens. A big blizzard or a windstorm just blows down a bunch of trees, and it takes them, 3 days to cut through 5 miles of dirt road to get up here to where we can get out, right? So it's one of those things where it's not about fear. It's about security. It's about making sure that you're squared away. And you can't do all the things. You're not going to have it all, Would I like to have a bunker and like all kinds of cool stuff and 15 military age male on property and like all the animals and all the things? Sure. But I also have faith that he's going to provide everything that we need too. But it doesn't mean that I don't have work to do on my end. False sense of security? No, these are tangible assets. So there is a limit of security. Does it mean that it's all there is? Like I can just stockpile the things and I'll be safe and protected? No, that's not where I get it anyhow. It's just it's a balancing act. It's like, if you don't have those and you need them, what do you do? Right? So I've been without a spare tire before and it sucked. I've been without fuel and it sucked, even at home. I've been without firewood and it sucked. So I stack stuff up that I'm going to use. Yeah, and I also, like, most of the people that I hang out with have a somewhat like mind as me, and people that don't, when something happens in the world and we show up and we've got all the things, they're like, man, you guys are squared away. And it's like, yeah, that's kind of the point. And that happens all the time. When something bad happens and we're like, yeah, we got a car hauler and a trailer and a winch and all these different things and chainsaws and all the stuff to do things. It's amazing. Yeah, see, Hudson, that's the thing. If you would rather die, then don't prepare. Do your thing. I'm not scared of the apocalypse. I'm going to do my best to take care of the people that I love. So if you don't love anybody and you have nobody to take care of, I mean, that sucks, but that's not where I'm at with it. Something worth living for is all I'm saying. Yeah, there is no guarantees. I could catch a cold next week and die. You know what I mean? But I'm not afraid. And I think that's the point. And I'm not afraid because I have faith. Mm-hmm. All right. That's 100% right, Nathan. I miss you, bro. When you get the opportunity to come back down here and hang out for a minute, you should. Only if he's like good with it. Yeah, plenty for others is the thing too, because even if as believers we're persecuted and they're like, or the government's like, hey, we need your goods, whatever it is, maybe these goods are going to go to somebody else, or, if we get murdered or thrown in prison for our beliefs, the goods will go to the next generation or the next set of people that come upon them. The Father leads it to it. Who knows, man? Oh, goodness. Well, Hudson, I'm really curious. Do you believe in God at all? It doesn't sound like you really believe much. All right, guys, give me something to springboard off of. Hey, babe. You gonna grab me a water? Well, Hudson, you can't honestly say you don't believe in nothing. That's crazy, because I'm pretty sure that all of this isn't for nothing, and that we don't just exist for no reason, and that just the human eyeball is so beyond science that we have today and all the great technology that we have that we still can't figure out how exactly it does all the things that it does. It's there's a lot. There's so much complex in just nature and in the human body that there's no way that it just came from nothing. Well, prepping is a biblical concept. You can see it in the New Testament in Matthew, and you can see it in the Old Testament plenty of times. Can I have a sip of that?
It's pretty terrible.
What is it?
It's just pretty terrible.
Oh, God, what is that?
That's everything, T. I did put cinnamon in it because it tasted weird, so I put some cinnamon in it because cinnamon is good for everything.
Yeah, God, the Father did tell his people to prepare and
Joseph, Noah,
Passover.
storehouses.
Yeah. Yep, Noah. Word. That was a good one there. Noah. Yep.
All right.
You back on there?
I'm back. I believe God made the earth, but I don't. Oh, did you already read that? But I don't follow God closely. I personally love nature, and I do lots of outdoor hobbies. That's where true peace is. It's just like, who gets the credit? Where does that come from? Oh, was it you already addressed that, huh?
I think we've talked about pretty much everything that's on there.
I had somebody that was like, you should pat yourselves on the back. You guys are doing a great job. And I was like, I can't do that. Because the only thing that we've done is do what God said and let him do what he's going to do. And she's like, oh, well, I'm impressed by your ability to let him do stuff. And I'm like, how are you not impressed by what he can do?
Who? The Creator?
No, yeah.
Oh.
Like, how are you not just impressed that he was able to provide all these impossible miracles in our life and caused such a drastic change in us. Like, still, she like could not acknowledge that he was part of it. It's like, well, I'm impressed by your ability to trust him. You know, it's like, okay, well, what about what he did? You know,
Yeah.
no credit.
Joshua 1:7-10. Word.
I enjoyed the Apocrypha reading on Shabbat. Yeah, I feel like we need to get back through it. You don't like it? Okay, we're doing live right
Hey,
now.
can you grab me a water, love?
Where?
Mom tried to give me some boo-boo tea. Can you grab me some water, love, please?
Listen, there's teas that you can mix that
I
are
just need something cold
really
for my throat.
great mixtures, but when you just take all of them and put them
So
all
sauce
into
'em?
one, it's not as good.
Yeah.
Like chamomile's really good, but when you mix chamomile with everything else, and then also, yeah, we can't even tell what this is. It kind of tastes like compost tea. Yeah, think of it like compost tea, and just look at you like a plant.
This is compost.
You're a plant,
I'm
and that's
drinking
compost tea.
liquid.
It really
It's
is.
like
It really is like
Human manure water.
compost tea.
It's human manure water.
Back again. Oh yeah.
All right, give me something to talk about, guys.
Let's give 'em something to talk about. How about love?
I'm doing that earlier.
Does coffee count as compost tea? Probably.
Yeah, I like
Yeah. Water.
it. Squirrel nuts.
No. I need you to drink this. It's got everything. It's got all the things. We're trying to avoid being sick. I want you guys to drink all of it. You can put some honey, more honey in it if you want.
I already did put more honey. Me too. It doesn't do anything.
Put some thieves oil in it or something.
Advent.
What's these in?
Advent?
Advent?
Question mark?
What does it
Whoa,
mean?
that's a lot of water. This is filtered?
Yeah,
You sure?
The cup.
it is.
All right.
What's these oil?
Just go drink it. Just plug your nose like you're taking Master Tonic.
It's moonshine.
Just go plug
It's
your
not
nose
water.
and chug it.
Fire water. Headship and marriage.
Six House, why is your English so bad? I can't tell. Maybe you're not English speaking, or maybe you're a child.
Yes. That's okay.
Headship and marriage.
Headship and marriage. Joshua going to the promised land.
I am from Europe. What's your native language? Native? Natural? Native?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's your native language? Spring water. So
Yeah.
you were saying, let's give me something to talk about. And so Joe Garcia said headship and marriage.
Headship and marriage. All right, well, let's talk about it. So one of the big things in headship and marriage is trust. And trust is something that takes a really long time to build, especially in new relationships. But you got to have a baseline on what to work with. And I found that in Corinthians, when it talks about love is patient, love is kind, those principles are as simply laid out to have a compare contrast. And then if you really want to understand what the Bible talks about in marriage, you need to understand the Hebrew wedding model, which is way different than what we're used to in the culture here in the Western, in the West, which is not at all how they were doing it in the Bible. So if you can understand a different culture and the way that they did it, and the way that Messiah and his people like what it needs to look like, you'll understand that there's quite a bit of preparation and love that comes along with preparing yourself, for one, between you and him, so that you're vertically aligned, so that you can align this way with your partner. And then the other part of it is remember that you're both human and they're both going to make all kinds of mistakes, and that when you learn the things that make the other person cringe or smile, you try to do the things that doesn't hurt them and that makes them happy, and you try to enjoy one another and trust one another. And leaders lead from the front, which means if you're going to lead, you lead by doing it, and not. Sometimes you can't explain it; they just need to see you do it, and that's a really. That act in itself takes a whole bunch of faith, because sometimes she gets frustrated with me because she doesn't understand why I'm doing what I'm doing until it's time for her to understand it, until it's time for her to see it. And then she's like, oh, okay. Also, our dynamics in the relationship are not the same. She can't take the stress and the burden of life and all the different things that come along with it, because she's not built that way. He didn't build her that way. So when she does that, it damages her. And then I can't take all of my emotions and make decisions on it, because that's not good headship and stewardship. But when I need to feel and understand that there is emotions and there is things behind it, she helps me balance so that I'm not so hardened, that I can slow down and think about different stuff.
Yeah, communication for sure.
Yeah.
And honestly, the communication is one of those, like, if your goal is to be understood, it takes a slower growing than if your goal is to understand.
Yeah.
Like, it took, like, both of us for a long time. We just wanted to be understood, and we were so frustrated that we weren't being understood.
Yeah.
But then when we realized that we both have communication issues, and we both are coming from, like, a different perspective, and we know, like we want to take the time to actually hear each other out. So how do we understand better? Like, we'll ask more clarifying questions
This
now.
is
if we have a
something that I
confusion.
learned, and it's a lot of the same with women in general. They need to be heard, and so they want to tell you about all their feelings, all their ideas, and all their things, because they've got 90 million things running in their brain all the time. The house, the kids, this, that, all this stuff, right? Because that's the way they're wired, right? Because they're really good at those things that I suck at. And so sometimes if there's any kind of weird distance between us, or she's going through something and I'm not picking up on it, if I can slow down and just let her talk to me and listen and interact and respond and ask her questions about it, and then give her guidance on it and say, hey, you don't have to own that. That's on me, or that's just life, or what, it means a lot, and it helps the relationships dramatically when you can do that. But also, men got to stand up and be men. And, like, I have to do the things that she's worried about so that she doesn't do them, because she'll do them if I don't.
But it is very draining the way that I do them.
Yeah.
It's like the example, it's like I could build a shed outside. It will take me a whole year, and all the tools will just be like zip ties and like a hammer and like rusty old nails that I took out of a wall. And it'll take me a year, and then he can come in and do it in like 20 minutes. And the amount of exhaustion that I feel and overwhelm, and like the pain, literal physical pain that it causes for me to try and do the stuff that he just naturally knows how to do in like 5 seconds. But I was very independent. I was like, I don't need you. I'm not going to depend on you. I'm going to do what I want. If I need it done, I'm going to do it. And then I got used to just letting him take care of stuff. And now I'm like, I don't want to do that. That sounds terrible. Sounds exhausting. But there are times, like, big communication issues will be like when I get upset about something, and instead of like him finding out after like a month that I'm mad at him, he'll just be like, you good? But I know when he's saying, are you good, what he's actually saying is, are you mad at me? But I can tell him, like, I'm hella annoyed with the kids. It has nothing to do with you. And he'll just be like, okay, cool. Like, it's like, but his brain will freaking, rabbit hole and go crazy, and mine will be on a whole nother thing, and he'll just be like, "You good?" I'm like, "I'm not upset with you at all." He's like, "Okay, cool."
What's up, Tommy Luck?
Building a shed right now. Nice.
Yeah, I just got done building a cabin off grid, and it was
In the snow.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, when I was done with it, I was like, man, I'd love to live here.
Yeah, I bet.
I used to live here, and if I had this, I would have stayed.
Man, this would have been nice.
Yeah. I built stuff in the snow. I love building stuff in the snow. The only thing that sucks about it is losing your pencil lines. Or not being able to see your pencil lines because it's wet when you mark them.
Pencil lines. Can't wait for snow.
All right, somebody else give me something else to talk about.
Advent was for the topic suggestions, but we don't really know what that means.
Okay.
Um,
I don't know what it means.
what do you think about Europe? Fixed houses, Belgian.
I don't
speaks
think about.
Vlaams, which
I think
is
Europe is
Finnish.
garbage because if you say faggot in Europe, you go to jail.
Straight to jail.
Yeah, if you undercook fish, straight to jail. If you overcook chicken, believe it or not, straight to jail. If you sell sunglasses too cheap, straight to jail. Too expensive, straight to jail. What do we got?
I'm looking.
Go back down to the bottom.
Journey John says, I saw these awesome muscle suit hoodies. They're weird, but
I
I kind of want one.
I saw those a long time. I saw it a long time ago.
Pure honey cured my cough. Yeah, I've been giving the kids doses of honey and all kind. We're doing all the things right now. Will in China fall also?
I have never heard it called that before, but leading up to Messiah's birth, we got lots of different stuff we can talk about. That's always a touchy subject.
Oh yeah, Christmas stuff. We don't really do Christmas
Yeah,
stuff.
we definitely don't talk about Christmas because Christmas is not a thing biblically at all. I think that what people want to do is celebrate the birth of Messiah, but they don't know that his birthday is December 25th. It's also been very commercialized. The other thing is too, a lot of the stuff that goes along with that Christmas holiday has nothing to do with Christ.
But a lot to do with how people used to worship their gods.
Yeah, pagan fertility gods. It's just got a lot of roots and stuff that's not biblical.
She said, tell me more. Yeah, Christmas is totally not biblical at all.
Yeah, it's so. Here's the thing about it. If you're going to worship the creator of the heavens and the earth, you don't get to pick any way you do that.
Matter of fact, in Deuteronomy, he says, don't learn from them how they worship their gods and don't worship me in that way.
Yeah.
For everything that God hates, they do.
Yeah. So Christmas is not in the Bible. Celebrating Christ's birthday is not in the Bible. His birth, not his birthday. And his birth was a long, long time ago. And people will say, well, that's not what it means to me. It doesn't matter what it means to us. It doesn't matter what it means to us. Nowhere in the Bible does it matter what it means to us when we're worshiping the Creator. Mm-hmm. What it matters is what it means to him. And I'll give you an example of that. When they came out of Egypt and Moses was up on the mountain talking to the Father, and he was gone for a while, and the people of Israel were like, hey, make us this golden calf so that we can worship our Creator, so we can worship God. Because they didn't know any different. They were trying to just worship God. The only way they knew how, which was the shit they learned when they were in Egypt, which is not what they're supposed to be doing. And when Moses was coming down, he saw them, and it did not go well for these guys. For one, he crushed it up, put it in the water, made them drink it. And then everybody that bent their knee to that statue and prayed to it and worshiped it, Levites went out and slaughtered 3,000 men that did that. So it's not a thing like to the Creator.
Worshipping him the way that other people do their gods is absolutely unacceptable.
Also, there's a way to worship him, and that's in spirit and in truth. And his word is truth. So in the word, in the spirit, it's got nothing to do with December 25th.
He does give us a whole, like, if people will say, like, but I just am, it's in honor of Jesus. And it's like,
Is it?
every one of the feast days that the Father says to keep has Jesus at the center of it. Right? Like, he is the fulfilled, like, all these feasts that the Jews have been keeping forever, and they have no idea that it's all about Yeshua.
Yeah, and if you think that doing Christmas, and you put a tree in your house, and you're not bowing down to this tree, how do you get those presents out of there? I'm just saying, like, it's a thing, and none of it's not biblical. It's a made up Christian doctrine. It's actually probably not even Christian. It's adopted by Christians.
This is another one of the, like, you put away, Jesus said, you put away with you do away with the commandments of God, but hold to traditions of men. And Christmas is absolutely only tradition. It's not biblical at all, but it does contradict God's commandments, which say not to worship him the way that they worship their gods.
What did your sister say when you...
I called her when I learned about this, and I called her, oh my God, Christmas is like super pagan and blah, blah, blah. She's like, yeah, I don't believe in Jesus, and I do Christmas. Why do you think that is? It's not about Jesus. And I was like, oh my God. And then, go to everybody else.
Yeah, if it's fun to offend the creator of the heavens and the earth, then good luck to you. Because when we do stuff that we're not supposed to, that's a big thing. Yeah, and that's another thing too, is it doesn't show that he was born in the wintertime. Mostly he was probably born closer to the Feast of Booths or the Feast of Tabernacles around Sukkot.
The Father's perfect, right? Every feast day, every whatever he's done has worked out perfectly. So there's this one whole feast day, holy day, that's Sukkot, right? 8 days long. And what day does a child get circumcised? Right? Is the 8th day. And they call the 8th great day. Like, I would imagine that he would have been born on the time where it would have put him perfectly on the 8th day at the high holy day. You know what I mean?
You can Google search origins of Christmas. You can do a YouTube search and look up origins of Christmas. You're going to have some Christian scholars saying, see, it's not pagan. Mm-hmm. And you're going to have everybody else that can do a quick Google online search, look up history and like where they picked up all these things from, and it's obviously pagan. Mm-hmm. And these are people that are non-biased that are reporting on it. So
there's a what's it called? The Christmas Question. The same people that did the Way documentary.
Yeah.
They made another documentary called the Christmas Question.
The Christmas Question.
I feel like 119 Ministries posted it, but I think it's Luke's video. It's Luke's documentary.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they shared it or what, but look up the Christmas Question. It's like an hour and a half long, but it's really helpful. It like covers multiple different viewpoints and, multiple different people.
That's better. Dude, my belt was pinching the crap out of me. Christmas was illegal in the 1600s in Massachusetts.
Yeah, there's an ant in there.
In the fire?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
One of these logs.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Look at the ant, oh sluggard.
Yeah, Yeshua didn't celebrate Christmas, but he did celebrate Hanukkah, which is a Jewish festival, specifically Jewish. Has to do with what happened in Maccabees. Mm-hmm. And it's called the Festival of Lights.
Or Feast of Dedication.
Yeah, or Feast of Dedication. And
we need to find that.
It's an interesting thing.
So you like politics?
No, we do not.
Nope.
We like Bible stuff. I pay attention to politics because it shapes healthy and good decision making. God, would you poop in the bottom of that? This is disgusting.
You guys want to know what that is?
Nobody
to cover
wants.
up the taste of the terrible tea, I added a bunch of cinnamon.
That's cinnamon? Looks like diarrhea.
It looks like fish, like a block of frozen fish worms.
Oh, it does.
Do you remember that? Gross. I'm not drinking that for shout.
Yeah, the Life podcast. That's what it's on.
He doesn't want ants for ascending offering. What is this, an ascending offering for ants? Mm-hmm. I'm glad you went live. I was feeling it tonight. Yeah, it's super helpful. I sent it to my mom the other day. That looks so nasty. I mean,
It does look
at this
nasty,
point,
bro.
it
And you're
tastes like
you
sin-
put that in your mouth? Ew.
listen, man. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Is it desperate though? Is it really desperate?
I just kind of want to go to my mom's this weekend or something.
What if I just get my hair all crazy
So we
and leave
can't
it there?
do that if we're sick.
We're not going there.
Also,
You're
I
sick.
made stir fry tonight, and it said to put a tablespoon of minced ginger.
You make it the fried
And
rice?
I accidentally put in a tablespoon of ground ginger, which is a lot
How
stronger.
long are we gonna be live? I don't know.
Kind of just randomly decided to jump off. There's no way to tell.
Yeah. I mean, we've been on here for 81 minutes.
I was really excited to find the sassafras. We used to have sassafras all over our old property. And that was like our big, like, everybody
No.
was sick, we'd make sassafras tea.
We're about to start getting the trolls.
Sure.
Whoa, trying to do and just hammered them. They go. And that's how you get raptured
I'm,
out the
reaching
chat.
the bottom of it where it's going to start getting...
Just drink it, bro. Chug it. Don't be scared. You got a mouthful that time,
No, I
didn't
didn't.
you?
Only liquid.
Oh, you're just...
Carefully timing it. Carefully... I don't know what I'm saying. What's up, Mama Homesteady?
Where are we from?
No more China buffet because you have a kitchen? No, we still be China buffeting when we have the money.
Yeah. We almost went tonight.
Yeah, cinnamon challenge.
Yeah. Word. Yeah. So,
No
what's
texture.
up, Striker?
What cinnamon is going to be way different. That's a big old no for me. But we doing. Just chilling, man. Just chilling.
All right. Later on, Kristen.
Drinking some terrible, terrible tea.
We're chilling, bro. We're just talking smack.
Did you become believers after starting a relationship, or were you already? No, we got together before.
I was a believer, but wasn't really following because I couldn't quite find a home, like a church that seemed biblical or right. And then
That
about
blows my
5
mind because I'm like, you were 100% just straight up heathen when we got together.
Yeah, see,
Like 0% of you I thought was a Christian except for your necklace. Like that's
it's
it.
because I wasn't following him. But
Like you were just like.
I did pray
straight
though.
heathen.
Hey, but I did pray, and I knew who I was praying to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got back from Costco. I really want to go to Sam's Club. We're out of Ziplocs.
Mmm.
Just want to go to Sam's and get a bunch of crap. Get a bunch of crap.
Ooh boy.
You know what? I'm at the age now. I'm at the stage of my life where the things that I really want are like mixing bowls with lids.
Ooh, you know what we don't have going
like,
on here, bro?
cookie
We need the
sheets.
food saver.
I have it, don't I?
No, I don't think so.
Oh no, it's in the camper still.
See? That was a birthday present, man.
Well, we have it, but we were ziplocking everything, so. South America?
What?
What you talking about? Believer in what? In God, in Yeshua, in the Bible. How did you come to following Christ?
Miracles. I had a supernatural thing. She had a supernatural thing on her own. And there was no denying who he was and that he was real and that he loved us. So that's it.
Dark times, emptiness, meaninglessness, and then all of a sudden, answers and hope and peace.
Yeah.
Like
Hope.
what? Like what?
Mm-hmm.
They said like what? I'm Orthodox, but being from Transylvania, religion is hard here. Is Transylvania a real place?
Yeah.
I'm thinking Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, we're not talking
We
about
do
Dracula.
have a vacuum saver. It's just at the camper.
Yes, we have a vacuum saver. It's just not on our persons, which means I guess if you can't put your hand on it in 15 minutes, you don't own one.
It's not that far away. It's like 15 minutes away.
No, it's further.
It's just both of the roads
Yeah.
to get down them, or 15.
Yeah.
Tell me about one.
About
One, maybe one story, one
experience?
experience, one testimony.
I can't right now. If you want to, you can.
What do you mean you can't?
I mean, I'm losing.
Wait. There's one that's like keep your sandals or something, readiness of something. It's not necessarily a gospel, I guess.
The
but
word of the good news.
Yeah.
The shoes of the good news.
yeah, shoes of readiness or something, and then something about good news. But I feel like that's part. If they were saved by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony.
Oh.
Testimonies matter, man.
Oh boy.
How you know say? Do this over here, playing with fire, gonna break it, probably gonna ruin the whole thing. You're welcome.
Justin, what's up, bro? Long time no see.
Is that Ridlin?
Oh, it's good. I'm glad you had a meeting, Chad. I'm glad you're back now. Thanks a lot. Really needed your help a minute ago.
I don't like that.
All right, give me something fun to talk about.
Somebody just asked you about your freaking testimony.
My
Yay,
testimony.
yay.
They asked about a specific part of my testimony.
Yeah, man, you should be.
Kermode, what's up, yo?
Speed dial. 70 degrees.
Yeah, dude. So what do you want to do?
What you won't do?
I'm going to tell you, if you go to a country where you can't have knives, these are excellent. Okay? Because it's not weird to have a sharpened pencil. We will not be raptured. That's a great one.
But this guy's been on here before.
That's all right. You know who's going to get raptured, though? The bad guys. Will you find that in the Old Testament?
Oh, maybe he's asking, will be, I don't know, maybe he's saying, will we be
I don't
raptured
know,
out the
let's see.
chat?
Yeah, you might get raptured at the chat. Poison pen. Yeah, you know, you don't want to get noticed because I know I got some bros in Jamaica right now on some deployment stuff. And you can't even have a pocket knife or even just a spent shell casing. It's automatically going to prison for 15 years.
Okay, you ready? What's one thing your parents did that you thought was good when raising you, and what's something you think your parents did poorly?
What? What did my parents do bad?
What's one thing that you thought your parents did good when raising you, and what's something you think your parents did poorly?
They didn't teach me about God, and they taught me consequences for behavior.
Asking about Christians, will they be raptured? No,
No.
there is no rapture. I mean,
No, there is a rapture, but they're going to pluck out the bad folks.
and also there will be a time when he maybe calls people up, right?
But that's not...
The dead in Christ will rise first,
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah. But that's
it's
like
different.
after everything.
That's so far deep in Revelations.
Yeah.
If you read in Matthew 24, it just says, after all this craziness happens on earth, it goes, and then immediately after the tribulation, you'll see the sign of the Son of Man coming in the sky. What? It says after the tribulation. Just saying.
But we're pretty much going to be meeting him here, right?
I haven't heard anything about Jamaica, but I also haven't really reached out other than accidentally calling Ezra today.
Only the Christians will be left here, you sure?
I think.
Nobody's sure about anything. But there's a part that talks about the harvesting, and it says don't harvest the weeds.
Yes, the Christians that are on earth, all the believers are going to experience the tribulation. Faux show. Yeah, that is what the Bible says. That's right.
What will happen with Jews and others?
What will happen with
Well,
Jews and others?
I mean, if they don't believe in Yeshua, they're unbelievers.
Wait, the 7 to face the. That's not what the Bible says, Travis.
Where? The seven-headed
McGee.
beast?
Yeah.
We're not going to face the seven-headed...
No.
Beast?
That's not what it says.
I really want to make it all make sense. Although reading through the prophets...
Hold on, read these. These are great.
Reading through the prophets helped a lot. Everyone is going to go through the bad shit together. Some will be protected and others will not be.
Yep.
Son of Man on the clouds, which will cause all earthly tribes to mourn as they witness his power and glory, preceding the gathering of the elect by angels with a trumpet call.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is different than the people being plucked out.
Jews and others either repent and believe or experience God's judgment. Yeah, and I mean, once he's here,
Yep.
like that's why people are trying to hide themselves in the rocks.
Yeah, but
that's why they're mourning.
repenting from what though? From sin, right? But what is the biblical definition of sin? Because the great deception that it talks about in Revelations.
But he's talking about Jews. So like Jews have to repent, but
Yeah.
they have to turn back to the Father, but the only way is through Yeshua.
So they believe in the Father. They're doing
They
the
believe-
best of what
yeah.
they think. They're just doing the Talmud, which
They're
is
just
Judaism.
missing the most important part, which is
Love. And they also miss the Messiah.
their atonement. Their
Yeah, Israel or bird food. Word.
what's the giant seven-headed monster about?
That's a dragon. And we don't face the dragon. The dragon just tries to kill us. Yeah, it's a little bit different verbiage. Context is key, yo.
Oh, where's he at? Hold on. Oh. Yeah, if you read through the prophets, it really, like, if you read, like, Matthew 24, and then you read Revelations, but then you go back and you read the prophets, it's very eye-opening. It helps you put a different picture.
Yeah, you got to study all the prophets and not just Revelations.
Mm-hmm. Because a lot of what's said in Matthew 24 and in Revelations is already described elsewhere in the Old Testament, but it's just like a different viewpoint. So it's good to have it all,
So, Fluster Cook.
so you don't get confused in what it's talking about. Will the gay Christians still be here?
There's no gay Christians.
No, I mean, technically, he accepts you where you're at.
Yeah,
And
but
you should be walking
repentance.
with him in obedience and repentance. So,
It's a weird question.
that's, yeah.
It's a very weird question. What's the Bible say?
Because really, to me, only God knows their heart, because maybe he hasn't worked on that part yet, because they need to stop practicing witchcraft. You know what I mean? Like, maybe they get out of, I don't know. There's no way to know.
Self-worship and all the
It's
weird
all
shit.
about, like, conviction and sanctification. The Father's in charge of that, you know? I mean, it does say, don't be, what is it? Like,
I'm
don't be
pretty
asleep
sure that's
when he
what they
comes
mean.
back.
Pretty sure that's what they mean. What's up, Roxy? Yep.
Hello.
Come here. Come
Yeah,
on.
we don't really know the answer to that
Come on,
because
yep.
we're not God. God knows it. Literally,
Come on.
like, people are like, God
on,
knows my
girl.
heart,
Yep.
and
Good girl.
he really does. But he doesn't judge you based on what you want to be true. He judges us based on what's actual in our heart, and
What we're-
that is sketchy. That's scary because our heart is pretty awful.
Yeah.
So he knows if he were to have a conversation with somebody and be like, did you just choose that over me? You know what I mean? But I've also known a lot of gay people that have walked with the Father and have left that lifestyle behind because he worked on them from the inside out. Muslims believe in.
Yeah, Muslims don't believe. They don't believe in the same God and they don't believe in the same Jesus. They believe in their version of it and not the biblical version. So they don't believe in the same thing. They say they do, but their stuff does not.
Muhammad is their savior,
That's their.
but they say that it's not, but it is.
Yeah, it's just it's nonsense.
Yes, we also don't eat pig, and the gay churches are an absolute abomination. Like, I'm saying, if somebody personally is beginning a walk with Yeshua, and he's healing their hearts and stuff,
He
it's
didn't
totally you can't justify sin.
fleshly desire doesn't mean it. It's okay because he understands and he knows my heart. That's not how it works.
Like we act out in sin because we are broken and lost. So when
Or
he comes
selfish.
in and he starts repairing us, repairing our hearts, the sin like evolves, like it goes away. It starts to go away. But if you say we're gonna have a whole church that says it's okay to be gay, that's an absolute lie. Like, it's not. It is a sin. Just like it's a sin to be lustful. It's a sin to, be trying to chase some dude's life. It's a sin to,
Lay with an
covet.
animal.
Yeah, all these things are still sins. You can't say that they're not sins, But there's things that we can't. That's why he frees us. Like, people struggle with lust, but he's the one that frees them from that. And the only thing that we play a role in is drawing closer to him and submitting to him. And he heals us and separates us from that.
Don't have an answer for you, Dano. I don't have an answer for you, Tristan. Just read the Bible, man. Travis. That's what I meant. Travis McGee. Read the Bible for yourself, buddy. Doesn't matter what I say. You got to read it for yourself.
But read the whole Bible.
Yep.
Because it explains.
From the beginning to the end.
It's like one part of the Bible is just more information about another part of the Bible. Oh, what's the difference between the Jesus you believe in and the Jesus Muslims believe in? How is he different?
They don't believe Jesus is Yah made flesh.
They don't believe he's the Son of God either.
No, they think he's a prophet.
They believe that he's a prophet.
Yeah.
But they also believe that he will judge the earth in the end. But only God has the
Word was God. The Word.
God is the only one with the ability to judge the earth. So if they believe that Jesus was going to judge the earth, but God's the only one that can judge
You
the
got
earth.
Genesis. Pull Genesis up. Genesis. I want to read some old Genesis real quick.
Owie.
Also, there's no J in Hebrew, so his name's not Jesus. Shalom from
Genesis
Tennessee.
where?
Genesis 1.
For
In the beginning.
in the beginning. Sorry.
Maybe Matthew. Beginning
John.
of the Word. John. In the beginning.
John 1.
John 1. Johann 1. Read it.
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men.
Amen.
The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it.
Word.
But he was there in the beginning with God. creating everything, and he has given him all authority on earth
Hey, Zeus.
to judge, to forgive. That's why they were like, who are you? How can you forgive somebody? He's blaspheming. Because only one can forgive. But Yeshua somehow has the authority to be able to forgive.
Yep.
If you speak English, actually the proper translation would be Joshua, not
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yehoshua.
It's the same word that's used in, it's the same name that is translated to Joshua in the book of Joshua.
Need this patch on my beard so people remember.
Oh my gosh.
What?
He's so crazy.
Is something wrong?
So now there's two Jesuses, one prophet, one son of God. And what the Jews say about him? The Jews don't believe that he was of God at all.
Say what now?
The Jews do not have Jesus.
No, they don't.
They don't believe that he was at all the one that the Father sent for
No,
them.
because there was two prophecies that the Jews looked at, and they basically held strong to one, which is Yeshua ben David and not Yeshua ben Joseph, which is the suffering servant. They were looking for the righteous king prophecy, which the righteous king prophecy is when he comes back in Revelations. That's when they're going to recognize him.
Better recognize. How do I make this fire mo bigger?
No NASCARs. You got to have the touch, yo. And I'll
we
be
do it?
honest with you, the touch doesn't work when you have slightly damp oak. Unless you put a bunch of pine in there.
Which is not good for the fireplace. Many Jews believe Jesus was a prophet.
Yeah, he did prophesy.
There is a
But he's also the Messiah. He's also the one that was prophesied to come and save Israel.
It says if you believe in your heart and you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord, right?
Is Messiah. Is Mashiach.
Is he Messiah? Is
He's the
he
Christ.
the Lord of your life? Is he the King of your life or no? And that's where the Jews and the Muslims get tripped up, because if they say that, they feel like it's idolatry.
Also, he had to come in the flesh to be able to die. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to die. So he had to come in the flesh and live like a man and not sin, walk as we're commanded to walk, to give us an example on how to walk, and then die as a sinner's death so that he could take the keys of death back, and so that he could redeem us, be our redeemer and atone for our sins, because there has to be an atonement, a sacrifice. And it's always blood. And so there's a lot.
Also,
a
every
lot of
covenant is
dynamics to
sealed.
it.
Every
Yep.
covenant is sealed with blood.
Yep, that's right. I'm gonna get this fire stoked.
Clear your throat while you're at it.
I can't do that. Hey, listen. It's in my throat right now.
It's just smoking.
It's the sickness.
It's just smoking.
No, you're smoking.
It's just when you smoke more,
You smoke.
you get
I didn't smoke more.
gurgly.
You're this fire's ripping, bro.
But it's not feeling very hot. Hold on. And what you say about the 666?
Don't. Read the book. Do what it says.
We don't know. We don't know who that is, what that is. I'm assuming it's a system.
Diapers.
I'm assuming it's already in play. Have you ever had Mormons or Jehovah's Witness evangelize to you?
They tried. They tried real hard.
My cousin had some, I think, were they Mormons?
Yeah. We went to their assembly, dude. It was
They showed
so
up like
bad.
so many days and
Y'all
just
was
kept
not
having
there.
the conversation over and over and over. And my cousin was just like, we could go for it. Like, we'll just talk about it. And then I guess they ended up going to their assembly at one point, and it was all bad.
So bad.
All bad. If the wood
We were
isn't dry,
witnessing to
it
them. We
won't
weren't
feel
all there.
hot.
That's what happened. Was we were witnessing to them. We didn't go there for like.
Yeah, to be witnessed to.
Yeah. No. But they were trying to witness to us. We just knew.
Yeah.
Horse malarkey.
I've never seen a Jehovah's Witness in the wild, only on the internet.
Really? Oh. Well, you've been sheltered.
Maybe we need to go find them.
It's my hat. Are you
Yahoshua!
What's up, Josh?
You had a beanie on.
I did. Is Roxy sleeping on it?
Probably. She likes the smell of you.
She sleeps inside my pants.
She does. She likes sleeping in his clothes. Max did that too, huh?
Yeah. Wanna know why?
Because the...
That smell was comforting.
What's your thoughts on going to bars or clubs to witness and evangelize?
I love it.
If you are in
If you can do it, not fall into the world.
And I think everybody, we are in a big room. Everybody has a different group of people that they can like connect with better. And so for me, like people in bars or maybe strip clubs or whatever,
we can go to
homeless
strip-
shelters.
we can go to strip
psych
club?
wards. No, I can.
Oh.
Psych wards.
No, you can't.
I would love to go to the psych ward and witness to people there. It's my people.
I'd like to go into prisons and witness to people.
That's what I'm saying. Every person has their own like group of people that they can connect the best with. What do you call a one-leg karate instructor? Martial arts.
I'm gonna use that one. Send that one to Dud. No, we've not been to prison. I grew up with a bunch of convicts, though. A whole bunch of them.
Nah.
What are we doing right now?
I'm reading. What is Miniver Pagans?
Google it.
Mindver? Mindver? Listen, there was a piece of yeah. There was a piece of wood that I chopped earlier, and I was trying to figure out what it was because it was like pink in the middle, and it was really cool looking. And I was like, "What is this?" And Matthew came out and was like, "That looks like I don't know what tree," he said, and I'm like, "How do you know what that is?" And he's like, "Minecraft." I'm like. He was wrong, but it was interesting to hear him say some random word.
Sasha went to a church where they went to strip clubs and prisons. That's my kind of church, man.
I mean, that sounds like what you did in the beginning of your church,
All
right?
it was, dude, we'd go to strip clubs and bars and AA places, and we'd grab all kinds of people and bring them to church with us. First Chronicles 11.
Yeah, definitely you need a battle buddy out there in the world for show. We don't have church, we have an armory with Bibles. Yeah, it was cedar.
Yeah, so that's also biblical too, Chad. So Chicken Farmer Plus brings up a good point. It's supposed to go out. So Messiah, when he sent his disciples out, or when they did that in Acts, he sent them out in pairs, right? So they went out in pairs. They
So
didn't go
the disciples
solo.
went out 2 by 2, but not the animals in the ark?
No, just the unclean ones. But they went out in pairs, at least.
You
in
really
pairs.
do smell like ginger.
Is that a good thing?
No.
Damn it. I probably dipped this in the bowl I was
You
eating.
probably
of it.
did.
Yeah. That's why the dogs like me all the time. They just smell my beard and think I got food for them.
It was cedar for sure. I
He
smelled,
says we don't have church. We have an armory with
I already
Bibles.
said that.
I didn't
I
hear
was
you.
sitting there
Sorry.
trying to smell the log, the wood, and I was like, it smells really familiar, and I can't figure out why. And then I remembered we used cedar shavings when we were doing the toilet, the bucket. We would use the cedar shavings in that. I'm like, why does it smell so familiar? Oh, because it smells like a toilet. Toilet.
I would say Christians, but yeah, it's It doesn't really matter.
So are the Christians more and
No.
stronger now in the U.S. or the Jews or both? Oh, I don't know what that means.
That doesn't. There's no answer to it. It doesn't matter either how.
People should read the Bible. Do you get backlash for having a lip piercing? Yeah, which is crazy because there were piercings in the Bible.
Yep.
Like, it is acceptable to
And
have piercings in the
It
Bible.
was not bad either.
Wedding jewelry was actually a nose ring.
And bracelets.
I'm trying to catch up.
Mm-hmm. I'm falling asleep right now. I was all the way awake, and then I drank your boo-boo tea, and it made me night-night. Also, the dog's snoring next to me. Here.
They give backlash while eating a pork sandwich.
Yeah, see this little sleepy, cuddly thing?
Exactly, Sasson. What roles do you serve at your church?
We can tell him.
I mean,
She's a worship singer, and I am, I'm in leadership.
and we both help with just counseling, I guess, in a sense.
Yeah.
Discipleship.
Good stewards. We try to be good shepherds to the people that we're around. And there's lots of new and midterm and well-rounded. There's seasoned and wise and well-grounded in the word people. I mean, there's a really good balance of all types.
Somebody said, do you do marriage counseling? Technically, we don't together, but like, I will counsel women.
And I will counsel men.
And men, yeah, but we haven't had like, we've almost reached the point of having like, let's sit down together with a couple and, you know, hash stuff out. But
We're
it
not
hasn't happened yet.
opposed to it.
Yeah, we would like, to me that would be like such a help if we could just get everybody all in the same room. But I do lots of like counseling,
Butt rubs.
marriage type advice at least.
This dog is so stinky right now.
Listen, I was on the phone earlier. I was
Damn.
sitting outside, and all the freaking dogs ran up, whoom, like a army, just whoom, like a bunch of horses, and they would look like they had so much fun wherever they were back there. They had so much fun.
I'm gonna have
And
to
then
go
they
back
pulled the
there and see
corner.
what they got back there. Maybe there's like a burial ground back there or something.
Looks like the graveyard of bones off of Lion King.
Did you go back there?
No, our front yard looked like that.
Oh, I took them all in the back and dumped them.
Oh, okay.
Phew, Roxy, you stink. I embarrassed her.
Nathan, we would
She's
be
getting up now.
Hey, Nathan, we would
Stinky
be
dog.
so freaking down, dude.
Who?
Nathan Henderson said,
What?
I'd love to sit with you two, with the two of you, with my wife.
Yeah, we would do that.
Just freaking come down. Come on down for a visit and just hang out. We'll
She's
just low
not
key.
gonna come.
We'll just low key
She's
fire,
not gonna come.
hang out.
But we could do a
Talk.
Zoom, we could do a Zoom call. But I need body language, voice tone, eye movement.
Well, it might be better to just interact with her solo first. Figure out where she's at.
You could do that.
I feel like that's important, is
Then
to
you
know where everybody's at and where everybody's coming from, because if you just come in without any understanding, then it's all...
Later, Justin. Love you, bro.
She's been asking what it would be like to move there. Tell her to come visit.
Oh, it would be awesome
Yeah.
to move here.
Tell her to come visit. We have a big room now to house guests in. So just come down, visit,
Yeah, you guys crash out here, and then
hang
if
out.
you act funny, I'll get the
Not yet.
excavator and dig some holes out
Stop
back.
it.
No, I'm just kidding.
Loud has excellent videos on our YouTube channel. I wish that I could just actually do something on there, but I'm so content with not being on the phone or online or anything right now. Like, I have so much peace in my life just existing that I just don't want to.
I don't know if I remember you or not. Triple Y. C7V. Oh, that's SSS. See,
Wait,
it looks
that
looks
does sound
different.
familiar.
It does. Look, it looks different.
I know, because it's not their handle, it's their tag.
Oh yeah.
But that's SSS.
Yeah, but it looks different on mine. Why is it YYY on mine? That's so weird. That
Do you
is
think
so
the death
weird.
penalty is justified biblically?
What?
Do you think the death penalty is justified biblically? I want to say yes, but also he
would
did away with the penalty of sin, which is death.
I would say, what Yeshua say about hurting little ones? It would be better for you to have a millstone tied around your neck and cast into the sea than for you to hurt any of the little ones.
Just
saying.
But
If
I mean,
you
there's a lot of
if you hurt kids and I find out about it, you're going to reap the fruit of your behavior. And I will all the way stand before the throne and take what I got coming for taking that into my own hands.
yeah, and I do think like what they're talking about, like murder, for sure. You know what I mean? Like if you're taking a life.
I'm going to stop you from ever doing it again.
Yeah, there's certain things that I don't think they just do the death penalty for random sin. I think they do it for
Yep.
the kind that deserves it.
Back in the day, before Messiah, if you found a witch, it was an automatic rock pile.
Gotta go, bye. Which truck are we taking? What? Are they watching?
Ooh.
Oh, they're watching Sing.
Right?
Listen, this big room has been so freaking. No, we homeschool. You should absolutely avoid sending your kids to public school. 100%. And you probably already know that. Everybody probably already knows that. It's just
No,
more
we
convenient.
homeschool.
It's just more convenient to send them to school, and like world-wise, people have all these reasons why it's weird if you don't send them to school, but like if you actually care about their souls and their future, like in a spiritual sense, like everything in you should cringe at the thought of sending them to public school. Not that I'm judging, but absolutely not. I'm not going to put my kids back in school. I know too much. I've experienced too much. And it's not getting any better. It's only getting worse in the world. So I am 100% not going to put my kids in school. How can we reach the kids at public school with the gospel? I mean, if you're set on picking a specific group of kids or people to witness to or whatever, I know we have a lot of homeschool groups, so we do get to interact with lots of other kids, and unbelievers and stuff. So that's not. My kids were at school, and there was a kid there doing witchcraft. And one girl thought of praying. And so they brought up the idea of praying over that. But it's not my daughter's job to. I'm glad that they were strong enough to pray in that situation. But if that one girl hadn't said that they should pray, then my daughter would have just been around somebody practicing witchcraft. You know what I mean? Like, it's not worth it to me. I would want them at home where I can teach them and raise them in the way they should go. And then as they enter into the world, they can take what's been learned. But I'm not going to put them prematurely in a place where they have to This, like, we don't eat pork. Do we trust the school to actually check every single ingredient that they feed the kid to see if it has gelatin? No. We didn't send the kids to school for Halloween, but the whole month is decorated.
Yeah, Christmas too.
Yeah, we didn't send them to actual Christmas, but the whole month is decorated. We don't eat pork because God said it's not food.
Yeah.
Yeah, my kids are in boot camp right now. They're in training right now. They have no need to go out there in the world. I want them to focus on being hard workers, be like good listeners, acknowledging struggles in a way that we can personalize for them, because I am ultimately a special needs kid, and I'm raising kind of special needs kids also. But if I just send them at school, then they're not being like honed in on their skills and their learning styles and stuff. They just have to try to fit into the role that everybody has to fit in. And
She's done really good at teaching them. Everything that she's tried to teach them, they have learned and exceeded in.
But like each of them is different, you know? Like Josiah can't sit for 2 hours and do homework. He can do like a part of it, and then like we're like get up and do some jumping jacks, and then do another part of it, and then like go eat some food, and then do another part of it. And he needs to be like sitting in the presence of people. Sammy needs music on while she's doing her homework, and then she could just zone out. Matthew needs silence. Like they're all different. But either way, sending them into a school where they're around a bunch of other kids and they have to learn in a strict sit here and just listen and be quiet and ask to use the bathroom, and you know, like it's just crazy for me. And we have no idea who these kids are, but I know that a lot of the kids in the schools are not being raised in the way they should go according to the word. So yeah, it says don't eat them. So if
It
you
says not to touch them either.
well, don't touch their carcass. Yeah.
yeah.
Feed the pig to your dog. Sell the pig, whatever, but it's not for food. Yeah, exactly. Funny how the parent or the government wants to be the parent. Glad mine are grown. I would lose it. Yeah. And honestly, it's like,
That's why I didn't go to school. I chose not
to. Are you aware of all of the like doctrines and like, what is it called? There's a lot of brainwashing happening in the world. And we don't even realize it. We're thinking we're doing good for them.
Did you
The
go
only
to
way
all
to
your
protect
school? Or did you just graduate at some point, even though you missed a bunch of it?
I went mostly until high school, and then I couldn't wake up, so I did homeschool. I think I graduated like 6 months late because all I had left was math credits, and I don't math well, and so I had to have a math tutor, and graduated late. But I did graduate, but mostly in homeschool for high school years. But mine was different. I was just by myself at home. My mom worked, and she put me in a charter school. So I'd like go to class twice a week for an hour and turn my work in, take tests, and then go home and do the study and stuff.
I dropped out. I stopped trying about the middle of 7th grade. And straight F's through 8th grade, they pushed me through. Straight F's through 9th grade. And they put me in about halfway through, they put me in an alternative school. And then I basically didn't do any schoolwork all of 9th grade. And the beginning of 10th, I dropped out. So the highest level of education I had was 7th grade.
I used to be really smart.
Are you still?
I used to be so smart. I'm smart, but in weird ways. Where does it say not to eat pork? As Christians, we don't follow Levitical law. Yeah, I mean, there's nowhere in the whole Bible that ever deletes the Levitical, like when God says, don't eat that. There's a lot of verses that people take out of context to try to say that it says that, but it never actually. Oh, I have a study
Hold
on
on.
it.
The Levitical law is not done away with. And I can tell you that Jesus himself teaches differently than what you think Paul's talking about. So if you read Paul like we don't have to do the law, we're not under the law, then it contradicts the whole Bible. It also contradicts what Jesus says in Matthew 5:17 through 19, which I can pretty much quote it for you. Verse 17, do not think that I came to abolish the law or the prophets. I did not come to abolish, but to fulfill. And then in verse 18, it says, for truly I say to you, until heaven and earth pass away, not one jot, not one tittle shall by no means pass from the law until all is accomplished. Well, heaven and earth haven't passed away yet. So we're talking about, remember, he's talking about the law. Then in verse 19, he clarifies verse 17 and 18 in verse 19. And what he says is, therefore, whoever laxes the least of one of these commandments and teaches men to do the same shall be called least in the reigns of the heavens. But whoever does them and teaches them shall be called great in the reigns of the heavens. So Jesus says that himself, and you can look it up. Look it up. It's in Matthew 5:17 through 19. It's super easy to see. What Christians think is keeping the laws Judaism, but it's not. Judaism is a man-made tradition. The biblical definition of sin is breaking the law. And there's a New Testament definition for that, which is 1 John 3:4. Anybody that makes a practice of sin also practices lawlessness, for sin is lawlessness. What law would they be talking about? And it's all over the New Testament, but because Paul's read out of context in most of his Episcopals, he's read out of context because you don't know the first 5 books of the Bible. And that's why most Christianity gets it twisted around the actuals. If you don't know what the biblical definition of sin is, how do you know you're repenting?
Stop.
See, we can't set the standard of what sin is. We can't make it up or say what it is. The standard set by the Creator. And how he sets it is in the Word. And the Word does not contradict itself. And if it does, you're reading it out of context. And that's the really, really important part. Tristan's on here. No, we don't do animal sacrifice because there's no Levitical priests. But it doesn't mean that the laws that were given to the people of Israel, they weren't given to the Levites, they were given to the people of Israel. And the Levitical laws are what you're talking about is the priesthood laws. So there's no temple and there's no priesthoods, and there's also one sin sacrifice forever, an ultimate one, which is Messiah. It means that we don't need to sacrifice. But does it change the definition of sin? No, it doesn't. And that's the really important part. Is the Bible in context, sin is the beginning from the beginning of time. It's the same thing. If he says to do something or not do something, if you go against that, that is sin. And Christianity, when you get saved as a Christian, they're like, okay, well, here's the forgiveness for your sins. Let's get baptized. And you believe in Jesus, you'll have everlasting life. But we're supposed to repent. If we don't know what sin is biblically, how do we know we're repenting? And that's why we're not mainstream Christianity, because we do the whole Bible. We don't pick and choose the parts. We just do the parts that we can actually do, which is a lot of it.
Because it says the all scripture is God breathed and profitable for training in righteousness, right? So if we should be learning from Yeshua, and Yeshua taught us how to do the word perfect, like properly, in love, in the Spirit, and he made a way for the Spirit of God to live inside of us, then we should be using the whole Bible for training in righteousness.
Anywhere in the New Testament, when you hear about the disciples, or you hear about Yeshua and they're talking about, so you've heard it's written, or the scriptures say, they're talking about the Old Testament. They're still living by that. Matter of fact, the disciples were doing the Feast of Pentecost in Jerusalem when the Holy Spirit was given to them. They were still doing it, and that's after his death and burial and resurrection. So how could they be done away with if you can still see examples of them doing it? Also, Paul circumcised Timothy. That's a commandment out of the law. He did a Nazirite vow and went to the temple and did his offerings. Paul did that himself.
He even said at one point, I must get back for this feast. Like,
Yeah.
I don't remember what feast it was, but many versions change that so it doesn't say
Not Jewish.
that he was going to a feast.
Don't have to be Jewish. You
Yeah,
just have
no.
to be a believer in Messiah. And if we get into, go ahead, pull up New Testament. We're going to get into this a little bit deeper. So the New Testament and the Ephesians 2, it talks about, as a believer in Christ, having the commonwealth of Israel. Well, why does that make sense? Because the commonwealth of Israel is the promises, the inheritance, the covenants, and all the stuff that Israel gets. When you believe in Messiah, you're part of Israel.
But when you were a Gentile, you were separate from all that.
Yeah, so Gentiles, you can't be a Gentile Christian. There's no such thing.
Like a Gentile is an unbeliever.
Yeah, a Gentile is a common person. If you're a Christian, then you're a believer and you have part of the commonwealth of Israel. Let's read it to them.
Therefore, remember that at one time you Gentiles in the flesh, called the uncircumcision, by what is called the circumcision, which is made in the flesh by hands. Remember that you were at that time separated from Christ and alienated from the commonwealth of Israel and strangers to the covenants of promise,
Whoa.
having no hope and without God in the world.
So when you were a Gentile, you didn't have any of that. When you were a Gentile, you didn't have any of this stuff before you were a believer. But now that you're a believer, what does it say?
But now in Christ Jesus, you who were once far off have been brought near by the blood of Christ.
So now, see, we're grafted in. Now when you read Romans 11, you'll understand that we're grafted into the tree. We're the wild olive branches grafted into the native, and we're part of Israel.
So the root,
Not
is-
the nation
the
state.
root of the tree is Yeshua. The tree is Israel. The branches are whoever comes in through Yeshua. Right? So if they are, say they were natural born Israel and they refused Yeshua, they were taken off. If you, not being part of the bloodline, believe in Yeshua, you're grafted in. But the tree is still Israel and the root is Yeshua. Fire shifted.
It's because I did a good job. Grafted in, baby. Good job shooting your first buck. I've never shot a buck.
Yeah, we use the word to interpret the word. So if there's somewhere in the Bible that sounds like it's contradicting another part of the Bible,
So
you
hold
can
on.
actually find
the
the
real
answer
God
to it in
is
the Bible.
Jesus. Who do you think did all the miracles in the beginning of the book? You think that was Jesus? Or was that the God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which sent his son to redeem his people? And what did Jesus come for? He came for the lost sheep of Israel. That's what he came for. And Jesus is not his name. That's a made-up name. It's not even a good translated name, because it would be Yahushua or Yehoshua if you said it in Hebrew, which is more like Joshua. And there's no J in Hebrew, so his name's definitely not Jesus. And also, Yeshua and the Father are one. They're of one accord. They're on the same agenda. They're doing the deeds, right? Messiah had to come in the flesh as a human and resist sin, live as we did, die a sinner's death so that he could redeem and take on the sins for us, so that he could redeem his people. That's part of the prophecy. That's part of how we get justified and sanctified, is by the blood of the Lamb.
Nice beard.
Thanks. Everybody drink. Tristan, I love you, bro.
The eyes are heavy.
I know. Any more comments?
like
I got
the
spiced
heat-
up. I felt
I
good
feel
about
like the
this.
heat happened.
It did.
I got the heat from the fire finally, and now I'm like,
No, go ahead, go to sleep. You can rest here with our peoples. I protect you.
I really had the urge to
Dano,
spit my
you
dippy
need to
out
stop
at your
drinking,
phone.
Dano. It's spicy. I could see you and Tristan drinking together. It'd probably be fun to
It'd be
watch.
terrible. Don't
Yeah.
do it.
Oh no.
I'm new here. I have Jewish lineage. Should I stop keeping Old Testament law? No, absolutely,
Absolutely not. You should just believe that Messiah is Yeshua is Mashiach.
And let the Holy Spirit live
Yeah.
inside of you to teach you how to do the law in a way that is not missing the point. Because you could do all the works, but miss the whole point of them. And the Spirit comes to teach us how to do them properly. Like, what's the point of all of them?
Oh, no. I think Ben has earned his wrench back. Yep, I think so. Ben, never mind. You get your wrench back, buddy.
Did he get suspended?
He did. He got his moderator taken
Oh no.
because he was acting up one night, and now he has redeemed himself.
I am redeemed. I definitely believe Jesus is Lord, but everyone around me says going to hell because I try to keep God's commands. No. False.
No, that's what we do.
That's the whole point.
Hold on. So let me show you in Revelations 12:17. No. Well, 12:17, but I'll do 14:12. And here is the endurance of the saints, those guarding the commands of God and having the testimony of Yeshua. And also, if somebody in Christianity says we don't have to do that, ask them how they can rectify not keeping the commandments when they read Matthew 5:17 through 19, because it directly goes against that doctrine.
There's plenty of verses, but ultimately where we come is like, it's better to obey God than men, right? It's better for us to listen to God and trust Him and walk with Him and let Him lead us than to listen to what men say we should do. So when you read the Word,
What's up, Jimmy Carr?
it lays out what we're supposed to be doing. And we are, like, if we're supposed to be walking as Christ walked, like He was a Jewish man who corrected all the man-made traditions and kept the commandments of God. So we should absolutely walk the way He did. But saying I believe in Jesus doesn't give us the excuse to be able to just walk as a heathen. Like, we're supposed to be set apart, not look just like the world but claim Jesus.
Also,
if you actually are with Jesus, you should become set apart.
breaking the commandments is the biblical definition of sin. Going against the Father's instructions. That's what sin is. Sin isn't just something we just get to pick for ourselves and say, oh, well, I feel bad about this, so it must be sin. Maybe, but not definitely. It's definitely sin if the Bible says not to do it or to do it, and you go against either one of those.
We don't do all the holidays.
Yeah, we do not.
It's just December here.
Yeah.
What's the most important thing to do when we keep Sabbath? I've only recently found out my lineage. I have a feeling it doesn't matter. We don't work.
Sabbath
We don't cook.
is a day, so it's part of the appointed times. So if you read Leviticus 23, they have the holy days or the feast days of the Father. And the first one on the list of 7 is the Sabbath. And so it's an appointed time. And an appointed time is, it's like saying you have a dentist appointment, right? If you have a dentist appointment, you show up when you're supposed to show up. And that's how the Father is. It's like, that's a day that you're supposed to show up, supposed to rest, you do all your work. There's a reason
Prep.
that there's a prep day. And prep day is biblical. You'll find it in Exodus. And there's a reason that we prep. And so we don't do any normal works. We don't do any money exchange.
Yeah, it's a holy convocation, so
Yep.
we gather with
And-
people. It's
and-
like our
yep.
Sunday church is pretty much. We do Sabbath as
Yeah.
a group. Like
Yeah.
we get together, we read the Bible. We used to do potlucks, but it was too difficult because nobody could cook. So we're like trying to pre-cook what we can have in the crock pot. But if you get together like Friday night,
If you
everybody can
don't
cook
have
ahead of
anybody
time.
to do that with, Friday nights, just subscribe to this channel. Friday nights we get together, we do a live stream every Friday. We fellowship, we talk Bible stuff, we talk world stuff, we hang out. We try to bring truth to the table when false doctrine and modern day Christian deception or bad doctrine, biblical doctrine is presented. We try to hammer down what the word says in context to the best of our ability for our understanding.
Yeah, don't let the people tell you not to do what you feel convicted to do. And honestly, the Jewish lineage is like it's crazy because like the way I see it is the bloodline now is irrelevant, right? Because the one who came from the bloodline, Yeshua, is how we are saved, right?
Yeah.
So the lineage is finished, right?
Ooh.
Yeshua did it. That was him. So the bloodline isn't necessarily relevant anymore because we're all come through Yeshua.
The purpose of the bloodline has been fulfilled.
But it says that the laws for Israel were forever. So if somebody was bloodline Israel, how could somebody say, like, there's now neither Jew nor Gentile? There is no separation between different people. We're all one through Yeshua. If Israel's rules are forever and we're all one now, then we could probably assume that Israel's rules, it's like, oh yeah, well, Israel still has to follow the rules, but I don't.
Yeah.
And it's like, it says there's neither Jew nor Gentile. There
Yeah.
is no separation. It's one
Yeah.
people group.
Yeah, and if you're not a Jew, you're adopted into sonship. That's
Mm-hmm.
right, 12 C's. That's a good word. And that's what the grafting in Romans 11 is.
Yeah. If
Also, the prophecy about the renewed covenant that you find in Jeremiah 31:31
that's what he said.
is you'll see it, it's very clear, is that it starts off with it's between Yehuda,
Yep. Judah and Israel.
and then later it just becomes Israel because it becomes one people again
And
instead of a division.
I don't remember if it was one of the prophets. It talked about the allocation of when they get brought back into the land, the allocation of inheritance, the land for Israel. But it also has land for whoever has joined themselves to Israel. Like, that's how we are brought into the inheritance. So, it's, it's definitely, you're on the right channel, for sure, for sure.
What's up, Brian Barnes?
Yeah, you're on the right channel.
Monday Light Live, yeah. We just winging it tonight. It seems like most people have cruised through at least two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been nice being not on the, like, the kids and I have been, like, playing freaking card games and learning how to play the piano
Yeah,
and doing so much.
Daniel in the Lion's Den's been trying to throw out the super chat since it's not Shabbat. Thank you, brother.
I'm in East Tennessee. Where are y'all at? That's actually not the first time I've heard that.
We're in eastern Oklahoma.
Bill. Oh, cool. That Daniel guy says he's also in Eastern Tennessee. Nice.
There we go. See?
Friends.
Shalomi homies.
Now you have Shabbat partner.
Yeah, we should start a freaking some kind
Discord?
of Discord thread.
Yeah.
I have
people to
something like
connect.
that. I have something like that on Patreon, but there's not very many people on Patreon.
I don't really like the Fellowship Finder because it always ends up being like super messianic or something.
Well,
like the
we've
groups.
caught a lot of weirdos on
Yeah,
there
there's
too.
the groups on there. It's like when you're
Also, they share like people get on there and they steal your information, and then all of a sudden you're getting emails from guys trying to sell their astrology book on when the end times is. It's retarded.
so like, but when you're on a channel like this and you're part of the conversation and you see everybody in the chat is probably very similar to us, you know. You're like, yeah, you're my kind of people. Are you all Trinitarians? I don't lean that way, but everyone around me is Trinitarians.
So no, we're not Trinitarians because the Trinity doctrine is very messy, and
Of.
nobody really has it.
The simple summary would be of, not is. Like the Son of God, the authority of God, the Spirit of God.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's not like Yeshua does have the authority. He was given the authority,
Yeah.
right? Everything was created also through him because he was the first of all creation.
Yeah.
You know? Like, but
Which is why he's the son.
right, he did like it's the Spirit of God and the Son of God. You know? Not like the Spirit is God and the Son is God. But is like one, as in marriage, like the two become one flesh. Echad. Like we are one.
Yeah,
Right?
but it doesn't mean we're one person.
We're one unit with the same goal. Because I am under
I know
your
what my goal is.
I am under your headship. So whatever your goal is my goal.
Yes.
Whatever your instructions are, like that's the same way Yeshua came to put into practice the Father's will. Hold on. Ah,
Wait, what did it say? What was the email?
what are you talking about?
Oh. No, good.
Oh yeah, he does need to go fishing. For sure. I need this guy. Ooh, I liked your video on accident. Is it gonna get a thumb? No?
So what?
You don't see a thumb if I like it? I accidentally liked it.
Yeah, you
You
can.
only like hearts?
Yeah, it pops up on here. Do it again.
Hold on. Heart, 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 heart.
There they
Cute.
go.
So if I just double tap and give you a like a thumbs up, it like thumbs ups it. It doesn't show you anything?
Yeah, up here on the likes.
Oh, do you get one per thumb per
No,
like?
you do not. You just get the one. But those,
Oh no, I'm about to click on Dano.
those are the reactions.
I don't know what's happening.
You're cute. I like you. I like you.
I almost clicked on Dano.
Bro, I'd love to be fishing. You know what? I could go fishing tomorrow, technically. But I think I have to chop firewood first.
Yeah, Dano accidentally gets banned. I'm sorry. I was trying to like the video, but I'm technologically retarded.
Dano got timed off the channel for a while, and he got back
Hey,
on
he's
here.
getting
He's
doing
doing
better.
great. He's doing great.
Just keep your nose out of it, and you should be good to go. It just went up one. Dang it. Don't do that. What is the meaning of is? What? That's too deep for me, I think.
Way too deep. My brains are.
I'm way too, what does he say?
No.
I'm way too something to drive to the, oh, never
Yeah.
mind. Well,
Yeah. Negative.
Everybody remove your fingers from Dano's name. I know it's tempting. I know we have all the neurodivergences here, but don't do it. Why does he have an RBF on? Is that me or you? Oh, he. He's just reading. He just
RBF.
zones out, resting bitch face.
Oh.
He just reads the chat and he like zones out and you can't even tell if he's actually still on video or if it froze because he just reads the chat like this.
I freeze. I'm all.
Maybe we should play the game where
The
we just
freeze game.
Yeah.
We're all.
We should just freeze. And then just see if people are be like, it doesn't working. Yes, we do, Emily.
I am tired, bro. I am. But it's all right. Oh, somebody got raptured out of the chat. Oh, so bad. You make a timeout now? Go bye-bye?
I've been considering Zeet, but it seems odd to wear an external reminder when the law is on my heart. What are your thoughts? Should I just go for it or nah?
Hold on a second, buddy. I think you should wear them.
Yes, it's on your heart.
The
but
only
also
rules-
the physical reminder does help.
Hey, the only rules are,
Oh, I found your hat.
oh sweet. The only rules are is that they have to have a cord of blue. Because they're basically a reminder for you to do and to keep the commandments. To remember and to do them. That's basically what they're for. Also, it's good for PID, for other Israelites, and well, my ears were cold anyhow. And I can't tell you how many times I felt goofy about wearing them in the beginning, so I used to wear them really short. And later on, I was like, I got to get over that ego stuff because it's not about that. And I started wearing them longer, and they were always brushing me. And then I'd be like, instantly, I'd be like, remember who you are. And I think for me,
Sounds like Lion King or something. Remember who you are.
yeah, for sure. And so for me,
He wears 4. He just puts them on his belt loop.
so they're supposed to go in the 4 corners of your garment. Now, in Messianic, there's a lot of traditions that says you got to wear a 4-corner garment or you're not wearing it right. You don't have to wear a talit to wear tzitzits.
Just wear 4 freaking tassels,
It
bro.
just wear them on your belt loop or on your belt or on your suspenders.
I've seen women wear them like with clips on their dresses or
yeah.
on their leggings or
Just
whatever. It doesn't matter.
The best you can with what you got where you're at. And read it what it is. And if you're convicted to do it, then do it. And if you're not convicted, then
no, the
come back to it.
Bible does not have description on how to make them. It just says to have a cord of blue.
Yeah.
Like they need to be tassels with a cord of blue. You can
Yeah.
make them however you want.
You can braid them however you want.
But there's a lot. Like you could look up the. There's
What's
a
up,
lot
Adam
of
O?
different.
Shalom, brother.
There's a lot of different styles, I guess, and like patterns you could do.
I keep breaking my clips.
Would you ever consider being a vegetarian? Absolutely not.
I mean, consider it for what? Like for health purposes? Sure.
No, we need protein. We need meat.
What's up on the barbed wire?
Let's do.
Hi.
Um,
David Barb. Oh, that's David Barb, not on barbed wire. Or is it?
yeah, you can look up lots of videos about. We already
What? Barber?
wait. We
That's a
already
different
talked
one.
about. We already talked about Christmas.
That's a different one. I not read good.
Barbearer?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, totally different. Yeah, that was a different person. Sorry.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
bad.
we,
my bad.
We were Barbear. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Random question. Oop. Do women cover their head because of the angels? Because angels transport our prayers? Like, is that what the bowls of incense are? Prayers of the saints. Sorry, that's out there.
Yeah.
I think it's more along the lines of like how the Watchers came and slept with the women.
Yeah.
That's my rabbit hole. My conspiracy theory. I think
So
it's more about
not
that.
a commandment for him to have a head covering on,
But a covering.
but a covering is. And like, I like it when she wears a head covering. I really like it when we meet new people and she wears one, or if we're in a big group of people and there's new people there that I haven't met. I like it because it basically says that she's mine. That's how I feel about it. It's like wearing a wedding ring for me.
And also, I think if I do wear a head covering in public, it almost acts like the zeet, where it's like, it helps me to remember like kind of who
No, not Muslim.
set apart.
Yeah.
Makes me feel set apart.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That sounds very Catholic. The four corners argument is dumb. Can you harvest your whole field if it's a circle field instead of rectangular? Don't make up excuses to be disobedient.
Yeah.
No, we're not Jewish.
Nope. Not Jewish. but we do all the stuff in the
But
Bible.
we do the whole Bible. We
And
don't
most,
pick and choose.
Yeah, most
parts.
Christians are like, oh, that's for the Jews. No, that's not what the Bible says.
Jews pick a certain part of the Bible. Christians pick a certain part of the Bible. We just do the whole Bible.
Yeah.
We like the whole thing.
There's plenty of verses, first, second, third, fourth, fifth witness, that the biblical definition of sin is breaking the commandments. And what commandments? It's not just the 10.
But then people would be like, yeah, I think we should keep the 10 Commandments. But then it's like, keep the seventh day. And
We're
then
from
they're like,
the Oklahoma.
and then they're like, oh, we do the first day of the week, but also we still will work on it and do stuff, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and it's like, right, but that's not Sabbath.
Yeah, that's not keeping Sabbath.
But it does say to keep the seventh day holy, you know? So, regardless of if somebody said the first day is somehow changed to the seventh day, which it's not, it never does in the Bible say that. We still read it as the seventh day. So we should do the seventh day because that's what God said.
Yeah, and if all we got is this Gregorian calendar for now, and we don't have like the Bible calendar, then we just do the best what we got.
But someday Yeshua's coming back
And he'll straighten it
and
all
he
out.
will tell us when we're doing everything. Well, man, subscribe. We for sure get on here every Friday night. This was just kind of a random live. We were just hanging out and thought it'd be nice. Some Christians say the church will be out and he will be dealing with Israel, the Jews. I disagree, though.
It's not biblical.
If the church is not with him, like,
I don't know.
that's not a good thing.
Yeah, also when the Bible in English translate and see the word church in there, it's actually not the actual word. It's a Greek word, which is ekklesia, and it basically means assembly or like the body of Christ.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, as you start walking with God more, you'll probably
Or
start.
ecclesies. No.
Ecclesia.
Ecclesia.
The more you walk with God, the more separate you will feel from people that you were hanging out with previously. You know what I mean? So, it's normal for sure to feel a little lonely.
Bless you, sister.
Ow! Is that an acupressure point? Oh my gosh, hold on. I just touched the part of my foot that's super tender.
Tenderfoot.
Yeah, that's an acupressure point. So SP, that is ow. Yeah, that's SP4. Let's see what that's connected to.
Hip bone's connected to your leg bone. Love you.
Love you.
Yep, we are the remnant. What's up, Caleb?
Ow.
There's pressure points almost
Spleen.
every 1 inch.
Spleen. Yeah, but each one is connected to something else. It's just hard to find what's connected to what without diving into all of the weird shit. You know? I try to like avoid all of it and just go spleen,
Karate chop.
gastric pain, chest congestion.
Wish that foot was turned around so I could see the other side of it.
That's the side that mine is hurting on, so that's the one I'm looking at.
Wait, there's some chat I need you to read. Also, your phone's blinding me right now.
Blinded by the
Whew,
light.
my eyeball's not working now. Yeah, bless you, brother. It was a nice night. It was good. We got to hammer down on some biblical truths and witness and share. Yeah, I understand that, Cluster Cluck.
You almost said it.
I almost said it.
Regulates stomach and spleen function, treats gastric pain and stomach ulcers, reduces nausea and vomiting, improves digestive motility, reproductive stuff, circulation in the chest and abdomen, chest tightness, regulates heart rhythm,
Regulators.
anxiety, insomnia from digestive disorders specifically. Reduces nervous system
I think
hyperactivity.
we're gonna get off of here because you're distracted and we've been on for a hot minute. Also, it's bedtime for the littles. Oh yeah. Somebody rapture that one out of the chat real quick. Thank you. Good job, Jimmy Carr. And whoever else did it. Journey
I
of
have-
John.
I don't have any digestive issues.
You've got to move that from my eyeballs. All right. Well, we got to go. Shalom, y'all. We appreciate it. Friday night, we're going live. So if you're not subbed, please sub. And remember, he loves you more than you'll ever understand. Shalom, y'all.